Hey, sports fans, Louis Diamond in my Las Vegas handicapping studios, and it is Sunday, the 6th of September, 2020. And what a fantastic day we had on the 5th of September. Hopefully, you watched the show yesterday, but hopefully you didn't just watch it. Hopefully, you took advantage of the information that we were able to provide for you. We had a fantastic day of winners. With Tony G giving us a total blowout in Army, easy money, laid that right down. And actually, I went out and made a move after Tony went and said something. So something about this Bettor Center show, guys, it's, I don't know what these guys are betting before the game either. And then they give me information, and then I actually make decisions based on it. That was an easy decision to make yesterday with Army, and man, it paid off big time. We go back a couple days, Ross Benjamin, he was totally laid out this Seattle series against Texas. Texas losing. All of a sudden, Seattle quietly winning. And look at that. Seattle making all weekend. I'm on it. I'm not on it because I figured it out. I'm on it because one of the Bettor Center handicappers figured it out. Then we get Tony C down in Texas, goes in, rubs the coach. Coach doesn't know who he is. He gives him the game plan of the game. Boom. We give it to you. Executive play. We cashed the ticket. Come on, guys. Subscribe below. All you got to do, get on the YouTube channel. You got to subscribe below because you need to get the information as we are giving it to you. So, and I got some winners for you today. Tony's got some winners prepared for you, and Dell is here with us today to get some winners. So let's start talking some winners, guys. We got the Bucks in the Heat. The game opens up at the Bucks -1.5. And everybody is losing faith in them Bucks right now. With the Heat up to -1.5 the total. A little bit of a touch on that under. Opens at 220. Now it's at 219.5. I just gotta give a little bit of a lean towards the Bucks because they're backed up against the wall. But I'm kind of leaving this one alone. I'm hoping you guys might have something for me. Tony, you got anything for me on the Heat and the Bucks today?
Most certainly. Seen this scenario plenty times in my life. Your first gut instinct is like you just mentioned. You think down 3-0, the Bucks are going to step up here and give a great effort. I've seen the exact opposite all my years. Once a team goes down 3-0, the air comes out of the balloon. They basically, you can just break the brooms out now. I pretty much think this series is over. Once you go down 3, and especially the way they went down 3-0. The way they blew that lead. Pretty much you can see it on their faces as they walked off the court. This series is over. Miami wins today. Milwaukee, I'm not even sure if you're going to see the same Bucks team next year, but I think this is it. End of the road. Take Miami today.
All right. Well, you just gave me a Buffalo Bills and their Super Bowl flashback. Because, yes, it's not really the same scenario, but you are 0-3 right now. So you're kind of used to losing, and you have teams going in separate directions. Right now, Miami, hottest team in basketball. Very hard to go against something like that. And then you got the Bucks, who pretty much the coldest team in basketball. So I like what you're thinking there. So you're seeing the Miami Heat. Dell, what are you giving us?
So yeah, I've been loving the Heat ever since this series started. I was on the Heat money line game 1, game 3, even second half. I've been betting the Heat. I love the Heat here. Just like Tony said, I think the Heat smell the blood. Bucks are a little bit backpedaling. They're feeling it. Giannis is listed as questionable now, so I mean they're probably even throwing in the towel. It feels like definitely taking the Heat here. -2. I love them. Going for the sweep today.
All right. Golf clubs for the Bucks is the way it's told here today. So I will follow your lead, gentlemen, because if I have since the beginning of these shows. I'll be cashing in. So I will follow with the Miami Heat for you today, but I will follow you and not be the leader on this game. Now, the next game, we got possible zigzag theory. Remember yesterday when Tony pulled out that zigzag with the Nuggets and the Clippers? I was asleep at the wheel on that. That's why I really didn't have a vibe on the game. But when he said it, yes, sparked me. So now we got a zigzag again here today. We got the Lakers opening up at 5.5, and I'm seeing some sixes, but mostly 5.5. Total 224, a little bit to the under. So now at 223. So Dell, I know you are going against the zigzag today. What do we got? Why are we doing that?
Yes, sir. So I'm going Rockets too this game too. So I have the Rockets as well. For my premium plays that I do post as well, you guys can follow that Warfield Elite on Facebook. I'm a huge second half bettor, and last time that the Rockets and Lakers actually played, I think we had the Rockets at plus 360 second half. So that was a huge win for us. I'm definitely taking that same mentality into this game, taking the money line for the Rockets plus 200. Love the Rockets here. I think the 6 points is really good to take as well, but I love the money line. Kind of go against that zigzag thing, the theory that you guys have too. But kind of same thing. I feel like the Lakers are going to be reeling a little bit. I think that, the Rockets feel like they could actually contend with these guys. They proved it, and they're going to come out and show it in game 2.
All right, Dell, without a doubt, coming at us strong with a nice fat dog and a $2 dog. He's not just taking the points, he's going in on the money line on this game. And listen, you know how I found Dell? Other handicappers on the internet were saying, oh, you got to follow this guy. He's good. So, and then I watched his little video. He is good. So that's how Dell got here. He's good. And whether he's good today or not, well, the record's got to show. For the game still got to be played. But he's got some balls to go out there and throw you a $2 dog before the game goes off, and with a lot of confidence. So that means something to me. Tony, what do you got? Are we zigzagging today with you or what?
Much respect for the play on Houston. I'm going to take the Lakers today, so one of us will win this game. I think it's very similar to the Lakers situation in the Portland series. They came out flat. Once the Lakers get to that inflection point, usually around the midpoint of the third quarter, where they're not able to force their will on Houston the other night, they kind of just backed off. You can almost see it in the intensity of the way they play. They just kind of backed off, and I realized then, okay, they're playing another damn dress rehearsal. I wish somebody would have told me before the game started that, they were just going to let this one go. So I'm assuming tonight, down 1-0 in the series, when we get to that same point, they'll probably play to that same point tonight, somewhere in the third quarter. I expect to see the flip around. I don't think the Lakers are going to wilt, and I think they're going to step up, buck up. Their defense, when the Lakers play defense, they're a different team. When they're lazy, don't rotate, don't get out on shooters, they're vulnerable. I mean, you saw it against Portland. But you saw what happens with the Portland series too, what happens when the Lakers do play defense. That size and athleticism does it obviously, if you're a 6 foot guard and you got 2 6'8" dudes coming to double team you, good luck. That's going to make you panic. And you're not going to play your best. And hopefully tonight, for me, the Lakers do it. I appreciate Dell's pick here on the Rockets. I see where he's coming from. I really do. It's more or less me just from a career of gambling. I'm going to go the other way tonight. I think it's a good situation for the Lakers because they need the game. So you've got the motivation there to, they don't want to fall. Who the hell wants to fall down 2-0 in a series? So for me, I'm going to go opposite Dell. Love his play, but we'll see tonight which one gets it, but I'm going to play the Lakers here.
All right. So definitely has some conflicting opinions here on this game, and I cannot be your deciding factor. I don't believe I have a good grasp on the series, and when I do, obviously I throw a little pitch out there. But I'm not feeling a vibe on the game, and because you guys are conflicting, I'm probably going to pass, and I am going to let the player make their decision on this one. So, but Now, Tony, let's talk a little bit about that Army game yesterday. So you nailed that game. You nailed it to a T. And, people need to understand what, if they watched the show yesterday, they really knew what you were going for. But let's talk about a couple things, just a couple things that you talked about before the game that actually unfolded that you were in front of our eyes. And then please let everybody know how they can get a hold of you. And then we're going to get into some baseball.
All right, yeah, just quickly, the short time frame, 18 days, somebody will say, well, that's plenty of time to get ready. But not if you never play an option team. If you're in like the ACC, you have Georgia Tech. So all those teams, at some point, they've had to practice. They've seen those schemes. Looked at Middle Tennessee. They don't play any kind of team that runs this offense. So I knew that could probably be an issue. Just to put the stats out there, man, Army ran for 340 yards on the day, 13 of 15 on third down. I guess you could say Middle Tennessee had trouble with the option as Army went on a 19-play, 99-yard drive for a touchdown that took 13 minutes. As part of their they had 5 possessions that mattered. They scored 5 rushing touchdowns, and their defense had a pick 6. I mean, it was a complete, total domination from beginning to end. I was actually surprised how pathetic Middle Tennessee was. I thought they might have a little something more, but they had nothing. If you want to get on my inner circle, please head to the website, thegreatwhitecapper.com. Plenty of information, a contact form where you can get a hold of me directly, different options for service length. I'm not trying to rip anybody off here. I'm just trying to get you the information. I think, most people don't have time to spend several hours a day going over these numbers. That's kind of what I do. It's almost like a daily newsletter. You're going to get my picks every day of what I see on the card. Just try to keep everybody informed. And most importantly, I want to keep everybody winning. So let's keep the good flow going. I'm going to send it back to you, Luke.
All right. Okay, yeah, and Tony, you're giving us some great detailed information. And at the end of the day, if you're betting on the games and you're looking for somebody to get you the winners, find out if they really have the information. Tony obviously has the goods. So I recommend you follow Tony, use them in your best ways that you feel are good for you in your arsenal to beat the man. So, all right, now let's get over into baseball. I have, we'll start with the Yankees in Baltimore, game 1. And actually, I don't know what game that is. That's actually game 3 on our schedule. That's to help Eugene out so we get the screen up there. Anyways, Yankees in Baltimore, I've been on it, the over, the doubleheader on Friday, the over again yesterday, misses. So do I ride it? Do I take my money? Do I take my winner and walk away and leave the series alone because I already beat the series? Or do I want to take my winnings and try to go double up on it? So Tanaka 1-4 to the under this season. So that makes me a little nervous and makes me think I want to back off. But then I take another deeper look. And Tanaka, I believe it's 9-1 to the over his last 10 versus Baltimore. And that coupled with 2 straight overs for Wachowski against the Yankees. I'm riding this one over today, over 9 and 9.5. So that will still be another play for me. So I like the Yankees in Baltimore over. Not as strong, but I still want to ride the trip. Anybody got something? Del, any idea, any opinion on the game?
Actually, I didn't even really look at the game. I just assume, Yankees big money line favorite. I kind of just stay away when kind of gets above like 150. But I mean, listening to you describe it, I mean, I think the over is a really good play too. So I'm probably going to be laying my coin with you, going over with them.
Getting on my tail. All right.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you for the confidence. So, Tony, anything to add?
Maybe I was just thinking about yesterday when I talked about the garbage can game that was the Pittsburgh Cincinnati, two awful pictures. Take the under, and the game actually did go under. It was 6-2 final, so it went under. I'm going to say that same thing here. I'm looking at this. This is not a gourmet meal. This is more like a snack pack that's been left out in the sun too long. So and maybe some animals chewed the corner of it off. So you're like blowing it off, and then you're going to eat it. Take the under here.
Oh, coming right in my face with that one, huh? All right. Ooh, bad play of words there, guys. Sorry about that. Anyways, but going right, gonna buck that trend. How's that one work? So I'm not one to buck the trends too often, unless I really feel I got a very good reason, and that would only reason could come in with years of experience of seeing this movie before. I'm seeing a good potential over, but we'll see what happens here today. All right, next game on the board is Philly and the New York Mets. I'm not getting much of a vibe on this game either. I don't $1.50 for the Mets. DeGrom on the mound. Normally you want to roll with him on the under. Usually want to roll with DeGrom. Against Nola, though, it's not going to be an easy cake. It's not going to be a cakewalk. So Phillies and Mets. Anything from you, Tony?
I mean, DeGrom's got to be traditionally like the hard luck pitcher, right? DeGrom can have 20 quality starts and like 17 no decisions or losses. Like some way, somehow they find a way not to win, mess up his good work. I couldn't take the Mets here. In fact, if you really were going to push me, I'd say the value here would be on the Phillies a little bit. And just because I've seen DeGrom lose these so many times where he's a huge favorite, and it's not because he's not pitching well, it's just that the Mets don't win the damn game, and that I think this is set up for the classic Sunday afternoon pitcher's duel that somehow DeGrom comes on the short end of the stick. I think there's a little value to be had by taking the Phillies in this game.
All right, Phillies 6 out of the last 7 versus the Mets. 4 out of the last 5 in New York. Anything to add there, Del?
No, sir. I guess it's hard to go against DeGrom, and then at the same time, that minus 150 is too much juice for me. I don't really like betting anything like minus 120 or above, so it's a complete stay away from me.
Okay. So another from Del, a little bit of a lean on the dog with Tony, and it's hard not to disagree with the dog. I don't think I'll be playing it, but if you want to toss that dog in some parlays, that might be a good little play. So we are right now going to take a quick little break. I'll be back with the rest of the baseball picks for you here today on Bettor Center Live.
Brad Stein here live from Las Vegas. Join us daily for Bettor Center Live with our professional handicappers, where you get sports information you can bet on. Stop gambling, start winning. Bettor Center Live.
All right, sports fans, and we are back here in our Las Vegas studios. And now let's get into baseball game on our schedule, number 6, with the Nats and the Braves. The Nats have been having a rough go at it as of late, and as of all season. So, but it is late anyways. You started the season late. And Atlanta, they're I probably a little bit of a value here. I mean, they're playing pretty ball, and they're only $1.30. Am I missing something here, Tony?
Well, obviously, what you got is the Nats have won the last couple games, pounded out 10 runs in each of those 2 games. All right, so Braves win the first game of this series 7-1. Nats come back, and one of the games in this was crazy. A lot of runs, a lot of late drama, like a 10-9 final. So you have the Nats winning the last 2 games of this series. So the Braves are going to try to salvage a split here. I think it gets to the perception again, to where you've seen the Nats win these last 2 games, and that suppresses that line just enough. We're talking small margins here. These aren't big percentage swings. But if you're on the edge of taking something, and they give you a few more percent value on the bet, that's typically enough to get me to step on the scale. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to step up on the scale, take my chances, give me Atlanta today to come back off 2 losses against a shitty team. I'll take the Braves in this spot.
All right, got the cat backed up against the wall, and they're going to scratch here today to make sure they walk away. Not a loser in the series. You got the better team. You got a fairly decent price where you're under $1.40 with the better team at home, and so I'll have to agree with you here. So I mean, I see, like I said, am I missing something, Dell? Anything?
No, my mind's going the exact same way as Tony's and yours is. I don't really see any value here in the Phillies. If I was gonna take a bet, I would take the Braves. It's a stay away from me, but I mean, I agree with all your points.
All right. Very good. So it looks like we're all kind of in unison. Dell and I are riding Tony's tail here because Tony's pretty strong about it. I'm thinking I was missing something about it, but I'm going to ride with the Atlanta Braves right along with them. So thank you for that. Now let's get down to the next game on the schedule, which is the Miami Marlins, Tampa Bay. We've been riding that little Tampa Bay train, but you did say you were worried yesterday, Tony, because this could be the spot for the dog in the series. So touch on that a little bit. But what do you think today? Tampa coming back? Do we go that way? What are we doing?
Yeah, I was just concerned yesterday with Alcantara. I thought he was set up. What I do is I follow starting pitching trends. If you follow them close enough, you'll see a bell curve develop on their performances. Okay, they'll work their way to a crescendo and then they'll peak down. No matter who the pitcher is, how good or how bad they are, the way they perform, that it's not a consistent line. So when I looked at Alcantara, it set up for him to have a good start. And sure enough, he did. He had a best start he's had, 6 innings, 1 run, and it catapulted them to the victory yesterday. Yes, definitely, I'm going to play the run line here. Tampa Bay, flip it back. It's just a perfect setup. It almost was my best bet today. It was right up in the higher echelon to play the run line. I got it at $1.10. Tampa Bay come back off the loss. They looked terrible yesterday, but they just got stifled by a good pitcher. That happens in baseball. I don't care if you're minus 275 if the opposing pitcher gets 21 outs by throwing good pitches, ground balls, pop-ups. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't give a damn how good your team is. If a starting pitcher shuts you down, you get shut down. So that's basically what happened to Tampa Bay yesterday. The bats get hot today. They bounce back. They score runs. They cover the run line. And I think you'll get a winner by playing it that way.
All right. Yes, I am on that train with you today. I certainly see the opportunity to use Tampa Bay in that same parlay that I gave you yesterday that didn't cash, but I'm going to show you how I can be a stubborn son of a bitch here in a minute. So anyways, Del, do you have anything to add on Tampa? Anything to try to talk us off of it? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I got nothing to talk you off of it either. I definitely agree. Tampa Bay Rays will be the play here today. Too much juice to bet the money line. If you are going to bet it, definitely take that -1.5. Minus 110 odds on that 1.5 is pretty good. So I would agree with Tony here, but I'm not betting it.
Okay. All right. Next game on the schedule, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Kind of tipped you off to that a little bit in the beginning of the series that yeah, the Red Sox suck, but the Blue Jays never do well against Boston or at Boston. And more than likely, that'll probably happen today, but I'm not going to say it will. I'm not going to bet it will. But I'm going to see if either of these guys have any opinion on that game. Tony, anything? Toronto, Boston?
I'm going to give you an opinion on the over here, just based on the pitching matchups. I know a lot of times on Sunday – and this number's so high, too. On Sunday, people tend to think games might go lower because sometimes you do the travel days. I learned this a long time ago. On travel days in Major League Baseball, the games don't last as long. They're shorter. And believe it or not, these players are out here mentally thinking, I got to go pack my bags and get on a plane and leave. As crazy as that sounds. So that I think today with these, you got to say, is that Robbie Ray from Arizona and Triggs? Okay, yeah, definitely. I would just give an opinion. Take the over here. if you're going to play it. I'm not a huge thing for me, but I think over is an opportunity in this game.
All righty. Del, anything to add real quick or move on to our most interesting plays?
Yeah, nothing for me here either. Definitely time to move on to the most interesting plays for us.
All right. Listen, before I get into the most interesting play of the day, okay, I want to touch on what happened yesterday with the with SMU and Texas State. At the end of the day, guys, we went out there, we got you the information from Tony C., our man on the street. He's going to be joining us all season long, and he's going to be traveling who knows where, who knows when, but he's going to go out there and he's going to get us some detailed information throughout the season that's critical to us beating the spread. So if you want that information, you really need to subscribe below, because you're probably seeing this information today for the first time. And guess what? If you would have had it yesterday, if you subscribed, you would have had it before the game went off. I mean, we nailed that under. Sure, you had a couple things to be nervous about, but at the end of the day, what was the coach's game plan? Exactly what we said. It was laid out the same way you were told beforehand, and we told you why that game plan was very detrimental for the over. So the under was an extremely strong play for us. It was an executive game. You got it free, and there's going to be more of them throughout the season. All you got to do is subscribe below on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Louis Diamond. You'll get the winners before they happen, guys. All right, so now let's get into the most interesting play of the day. Now, I lose mine yesterday with my 4-team parlay because I pressed on my after hitting my 3-team parlay. And does that mean I'm gonna back off? Hell no. I can be a stubborn son of a bitch, and I am going to be a stubborn son of a bitch here today, because I'm coming right back with that same part. I am playing Minnesota. I am playing the White Sox. I am playing the Dodgers, and I am playing the Tampa Bay Rays in a 14 parlay. And I will win this one today, and I'll be bragging about it again tomorrow. So that is my most interesting play of the day, and let's see what Tony has for us. Give it to me.
Okay, guys. So past 3 days, MLB best bet is I've been giving it out as the most interesting play. We've cashed all 3. Just to let you guys know, these are the plays, premium plays I give out to my inner circle for this first week of doing the show, just to get everybody involved. I've been giving them out. At some point, I'm going to have to pull back a little bit, but for right now, let's keep the hot winning streak going. For today's most interesting play, we're going to play the Oakland A's with Michael Fiers on the mound. First thing you're going to note when you look at Fiers, he's not a great pitcher. I remember 5 or 6 years ago, I had the Nats, like $1,000 bet, and this guy shuts down the Nats. He pitched for Milwaukee then, throwing 80-mile-per-hour fastballs that they just watched. They are taking them for strike 3, just like a floating. It was disgusting. Somehow this guy's like kind of dredged his career up from nothing, and here he is, on a good staff. The thing to betting it here, San Diego won the game yesterday, okay? Now Oakland comes back, perfect MLB flip-flop. Love these flip-flops when the situation is right. Today it is. Oakland are 6-1, and Michael Fiers starts overall and a perfect 3-0 in his home start, in spite of his terrible numbers on the mound. Oakland likes seeing this guy pitch. He's quick. Everything moves. It flows. The bats go. They score runs. For the most interesting play of the day, going for 4 in a row in the win column here, play Oakland as they take on San Diego. Send it back to you.
I like it. I like it, Tony. I like the play. I think you got something solid there, and you have been on fire on the play of the day. So let's see it continue. Dal, smack me with your play of the day.
Yes, sir. So we already talked about it. It is in the NBA. We did talk about the Rockets today. If I'm willing to bet that plus 200 money line, I'm definitely going to make it my favorite play for that +6. So Rockets today, I think that they take the game outright, take the points, be safe, take that +6. Also, I want to add, I'm going to be releasing a video today. The Facebook group is Warfield Elite. I'll be talking about how to like manage units and stuff, money management, things like that too. So stay tuned for that as well.
All right, looking forward to that video at Warfield Elite on Facebook. And now you know, I'm not afraid to go down to the grassroots to find out who the winners can be. And Dell's down on the grassroots throwing out some winners. And we'll see what happens today with your Rockets play. All right, guys, I appreciate you joining us here on Bettor Center. But remember, you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Louis Diamond, so that way you can get these plays as soon as they happen. I'd like to thank Dell and Tony for their time and their picks here today. Appreciate it very much. And let's give a shout out to Eugene from Spotlight Film Productions, who is the man that makes sure we're here and we look good every day. This is Louis Diamond. Look for us again tomorrow, 9 a.m., with plenty of football all week long. NFL. We're going to have Cusimano, that's Tony C. We're going to have him, hopefully, in Kansas City, getting us some detailed information for opening night. So, but I'll see you here tomorrow, 9 a.m., with a few football picks for you, as well as your daily dose of baseball, football, and, oh yeah, hockey. Knights will probably crush today. I think the Knights will crush in the series. So, with that being said, see you tomorrow.